Hello everyone and welcome back to TV Day's Drama Digest channel, your ultimate source for all the heart-pounding twists, emotional roller coasters, and jaw-dropping revelations from the world of daytime soaps. We're the passionate team behind the Sense's dedicated fans, analysts, and storytellers who live and breathe the drama of Salem and beyond. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most chilling and intriguing plot lines that's been keeping us all on the edge of our seats, DiMera's enigmatic plan. What dark experiments is he conducting in the shadows? And could the first victim, or should we say, participant in his twisted revival scheme be none other than the beloved Abigail Devereaux? Strap in, dear viewers, because we're about to unpack this story with all the dramatic flair it deserves. We'll explore the mysteries, the missing persons, the cryptic clues, and speculate wildly on what might come next. Let's uncover the truth together, shall we? To set the stage properly, we must rewind a bit and immerse ourselves in the rich, tangled history of the DiMera familia dynasty built on power, betrayal, and an uncanny knack for defying death itself. For those who've been tuning into days of our lives since the Golden Era, the DiMeras are no strangers to resurrection plots. Remember Stefano DiMera, the phoenix himself, rising from the ashes time and time again? His legacy of mad science, brainwashing, and eternal vendettas has been passed down like a cursed heirloom to his son, E.J. Elvis Jr., as he's sometimes mockingly called, has always walked that fine line between charming rogue and outright villain. But lately, E.J.'s actions have taken a turn toward the macabre, leaving Salem's residents and us viewers shivering with anticipation and dread. The whispers started months ago, subtle at first, like the faint creak of a crypt door in the dead of night. Mysterious disappearances began plaguing the town, each one more baffling than the last. First, there was Dmitri von Leuschner, the enigmatic heir with ties to both the DiMeras and the Kyriakizes. One moment, he was scheming in the opulent halls of the DiMera mansion, his sharp eyes plotting his next move. The next, he vanished without a trace. Rumors swirled had he fled Salem to escape his enemies, or was something more sinister at play. Then came Megan Hathaway, Stefano's long-lost daughter, a woman whose return from the presumed dead had already sent shockwaves through the community. Megan, with her icy demeanor and unquenchable thirst for control, seemed invincible. Yet she'd disappeared, leaving behind only echoes of her manipulative laughter. But the disappearance that truly pierced the heart of Salem was that of Abigail Devereaux. Oh, Abigail, sweet, fierce, and forever caught in the crossfire of family feuds. As the daughter of Jack and Jennifer Devereaux and the wife of Chad DiMera, Abigail's life was a tapestry of love, loss, and relentless drama. We all remember her tragic death years ago, a moment that left fans weeping into their tissues. Stabbed in a fit of rage, her body discovered in a pool of blood. It seemed like the end for this iconic character. But in the world of soaps, death is rarely final. Whispers of sightings, cryptic messages, and unexplained phenomena kept her memory alive. And now, with E.J. at the helm of whatever diabolical scheme he's concocting, could Abigail be poised for a triumphant or terrifying return? The plot thickened dramatically with the most recent enigma, the empty coffin in the DiMera crypt. Stefano's final resting place, once a symbol of his indomitable spirit, now stands as a hollow mockery. Picture this, the dim, flickering torchlight casting elongated shadows on the stone walls. The air thick with the scent of damp earth and forgotten secrets. Family members, gathered for what should have been a solemn remembrance, pry open the lid only to find nothing. No body, no ashes, just a void that screams of foul play. Who would dare desecrate the phoenix's grave? All signs point to E.J., Stefano's favored son, the one who inherited not just the family fortune but the insatiable drive to conquer mortality itself. Now, let's transport ourselves to the heart of the mystery lab. Oh, what a scene it was! Hidden away in some undisclosed corner of Salem, perhaps beneath the DiMera estate or in a forgotten warehouse on the outskirts of town. This laboratory is a testament to E.J.'s descent into madness. Sterile white walls contrast sharply with the humming machinery, beeping monitors, and rows of cryogenic chambers that glow with an otherworldly blue light. It's here that E.J., dressed in a crisp lab coat over his tailored suit, reveals the depths of his obsession. With a calculated grace, he approaches one particular freezer, its surface frosted over like a tomb sealed for eternity. He places his hand on the cold metal, his fingers lingering as if drawing strength from whoever lies within. Our family reunion is long overdue, E.J. murmurs, his voice a velvet whisper laced with menace. The words hang in the air, heavy with implication. Don't you think so? He tilts his head slightly, a sly smile playing on his lips, as if addressing not just the empty room but the very souls he's tampering with. Is he speaking to Stefano, his father, whose essence might be preserved in some digital or biological form, or to Megan, Dmitri, or even Abigail? The camera lingers on his face, capturing the flicker of madness in his eyes, same eyes that have charmed lovers and crushed enemies alike. This moment, dear viewers, is pure soap opera gold. It encapsulates everything we love about Days of Our Lives, the high-stakes drama, the familial betrayals, and the tantalizing promise of resurrections. Aegis' plan, whatever it fully entails, appears to involve cryogenics or some advanced revival technology. Is he attempting to bring back the dead, to reunite the DiMera clan in a bid for ultimate power? Or is there a more personal motive at perhaps guilt over past sins? Or a desperate attempt to reclaim lost loved ones? Think about it, EJ has lost so much. His mother, Susan Banks, in a fiery explosion, his relationships fractured by lies and deceit. Could this be his way of rewriting history? Of playing God in a town where divine intervention seems all too common? Let's speculate further on Abigail's role in this unfolding saga. As the query in our original tease suggests, was she the first to enter EJ's experiment? The freezer scene certainly hints at it. Imagine the horror, Abigail preserved in cryogenic stasis, her body frozen at the moment of her death. Perhaps EJ, with his resources and connections, orchestrated her disappearance not out of malice, but out of a twisted sense of protection. Or worse, as part of a larger scheme to control the Devereaux and DiMera legacies. We can picture the dramatic reveal, the freezer door swinging open with a hiss of escaping vapor, revealing Abigail's pale, ethereal form. Her eyes flutter open, confused and disoriented, as EJ stands over her like a dark guardian angel. "Welcome back, Abigail," he might say, his tone dripping with false warmth. "You've been missed?" But why Abigail first? Her connections run deep. As Chad's wife and the mother of his children, her return would upend the fragile peace in Salem. Chad, still grieving, has moved on, perhaps into the arms of another. The emotional fallout would be explosive, jealousy, accusations, and perhaps even a custody battle over Thomas and Charlotte. Moreover, Abigail's journalistic instincts could unravel EJ's entire operation. Remember her tenacious pursuit of truth in past storylines? If she awakens with memories intact, she might become the whistleblower that brings down the House of DiMera. Of course, we can't ignore the other missing pieces. Dimitri's vanishing act ties into the von Leuschner fortune, a plot thread that's been dangling for seasons. Was he frozen as leverage or as a test subject for EJ's revival tech? Megan, with her history of brain chips and mind control, might be the architect behind the science. Her disappearance a ruse to work in secret. And Stefano. The empty coffin suggests his body was never truly gone. Perhaps EJ exhumed him, preserving him in that very freezer, waiting for the perfect moment to revive the phoenix. The family reunion EJ speaks of could be literal, a gathering of the undead DiMeras, ready to reclaim their empire. To make this even more dramatic, let's delve into the potential consequences for Salem's other residents. Marlena Evans, the psychiatrist extraordinaire, might sense the disturbance in the force after all. She's dealt with possessions, doppelgangers, and resurrections before. Could she team up with John Black for a clandestine investigation, sneaking into the lab under cover of night? Imagine the tension, alarms blaring, shadows lurking as they stumble upon the freezers. Or what about Nicole Walker, EJ's on-again, off-again flame? Her jealousy could ignite if Abigail returns, leading to catfights, schemes, and perhaps even alliances with unexpected partners. And let's not forget the younger generation. Holly Jonas, with her rebellious streak, might accidentally discover clues while snooping. Or EJ's own children, like Sydney and Johnny, could be drawn into the web, forced to choose sides in a family war that spans generations. The drama could spill into the streets of Salem, with chases through Hortontown Square, confrontations at the Broody Pub, and revelations in the hallowed halls of University Hospital. As we expand on these ideas, it's clear that EJ's plan is more than just a revival, it's a symphony of suspense, where every note builds to a crescendo. Picture the lab in greater detail, vials bubbling with mysterious serums, computer screens displaying vital signs that flatline and spike erratically. EJ, pacing like a caged lion, monologues to himself about legacy and loss. "Father, you taught me well," he might whisper, injecting a dose of some experimental drug into a test subject. The air crackles with electricity, foreshadowing storms both literal and metaphorical. Speculating on the revival order adds layers of intrigue. If Abigail is first, as the freezer suggests, her return could be the spark that ignites chaos. But what if it's Stefano, the phoenix rising once more, older, wiser, and more vengeful? He could mentor EJ or betray him, turning son against father in a Shakespearean twist. Megan might emerge next, her mind sharper than ever, plotting to seize control. Dimitri, the wild card, could ally with outsiders like the Kyriakizes, fracturing alliances. The emotional depth here is profound. For Abigail, awakening from cryosleep would be like ripping open old wounds. Flashbacks to her stabbing, her mental health struggles, her love for chattel flooding back in a torrent. We'd see close-ups of her tear-streaked face, her trembling hands reaching for familiarity in an unfamiliar world. EJ, the anti-hero, might reveal a vulnerable side. Perhaps he preserved her out of genuine affection for his brother's wife or as atonement for past DiMera sins. Expanding further, consider the scientific plausibility or lack thereof of soap terms. Days of Our Lives has never shied away from pseudoscience, microchips, and brains. Time travel via hourglasses, even demonic possessions. EJ's freezer could house a revolutionary cryotech, perhaps stolen from a rival like Titan Industries. Or it might involve DNA splicing, merging traits from multiple DiMeras to create super heirs. The possibilities are endless, each more outlandish and entertaining than the last. As viewers, we're hooked on the what-ifs. Will Abigail's return mend or break the DiMera DeVoe rift? Could this lead to a massive crossover event, pulling in characters from spin-offs? And how will the writers handle the fallout with weddings, funerals, or both? In true TV Days Drama Digest fashion, we're not just recapping, we're amplifying the excitement. This storyline echoes classic arcs like the Salem Stalker or the Princess Gina saga, but with a modern twist of sci-fi horror. It's dramatic, detailed, and deliciously over the top. So, dear fans, do you think Abigail will be the first to thaw from EJ's icy grip? Will the family reunion be a joyous affair or a bloodbath? Share your theories in the comments below. Love hearing from you. Stay tuned to our channel for more breakdowns, predictions, and exclusive insights. Until next time, keep the drama alive.